Paul, what can people do about the fear of presenting?
Fear for presenters is a very natural thing indeed. In fact, even the highest level of speakers experience some degree of anxiety before they go on stage. And although we've identified 5 central fears, it all really almost directs itself into one base fear. And that base fear is the fear about what other people think of us. Now, the things that link into that are probably the following. Firstly, the fear of just going blank or forgetting what you're going to say. And there are easy antidotes to that. One of the things that you can do is carry some cue cards with you. Just make a few short notes or phrases on that cue card to remind you of what you're going to say. Glance down at the cue card to get the point, look up and then start speaking again. And that usually works fairly well. Another fear that we have is that we might run out of content. And a way of getting over that is that we usually prepare just a little bit too much content. So we find ourselves midway through our speech from a time point of view, but only a third of the way through the content. Now, that can be disastrous because we then start speeding up our delivery in order to get through on time, and then we find that we're rushing. And from the moment we start rushing, nobody remembers anything that we say. So the message there is very simply, try and keep it short and simple, and even if you finish a minute or two beforehand, nobody's going to mind. The other fear that we have is that people might grill us during question time and ask us a question that we can't answer. Well, who told you that you had to be the world's foremost expert and know absolutely everything about the subject? If you show your humanness on stage and refer to the audience and say, well, that's an excellent question which I don't have the answer to, let's maybe have a discussion and see if we can get some wisdom from the audience. You will connect better with them and probably get your message across in a better way. The last one is the fear of being boring. We all want people to find us interesting, and the way that you make that possible is put a few stories in, add a bit of humor, enjoy yourself, connect with the audience, and no one will find you boring at all.